From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week on Americana Outdoors, it's all about fishing and having good times. Clark Wendlandt and Jeff Reynolds take 2017 Rangers aluminum RB190 out for a fun fishing day in Venice, Louisiana. But first, let's get together with Wade Middleton and our special guest, professional bass angler and good friend, Gene Eisenman. They're fishing in one of the best freshwater fishing lakes in South Texas, Falcon Lake.
There's always a bass living on the dam somewhere. Gene, you like the dam, don't you?
I do. Well, today we're at Falcon Lake in Zapata, Texas. It's my favorite place on earth. Got to fish with Wade Middleton. Got to do a kind of a special show where we're not running around. We decided we're gonna come down here and fish a full day on the dam. I packed my bags and I was down here. I love fishing with Wade. He's always relaxed and we always just come out to have a good time. There's no pressure on us to catch a bunch or anything. Most of the fishing I do throughout the years is tournaments. You know, I rarely get to go have fun. And when Wade calls, I know I'm going to have fun. You know, the pressure's off. He's running the trolling motor. I can sit back, no decisions to make, and, you know, just catch some bass.
Little one on the speed worm.
No, on a cane thumper.
Oh, did you catch him on the cane thumper?
Yeah. Anything you leave behind, I'll get.
I've left a lot of rocks.
Good call.
Comer, you're not that big, but boy, you think you are. A little better. A little bit better one right there, what we were looking for. Nice little bass right there.
You know, today was kind of cool because when we rolled up to the dam, Wade knew of a tree. And on Falcon, if you got a lone tree somewhere, you're gonna smash them. And I called it his glory hole, but we caught them one after another on one tree for a good 2 hours. I'm throwing Wade's hole.
Got it?
I poached you, man.
Got my
Threw in your
rock.
hole.
Flew into my rock, didn't it?
Oh, he came
Ah,
off.
you
That was a 6-pounder.
It doesn't count when
Your
you don't
hole.
get him in.
I think they're pushing bait up here.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it coming up. Look at them just laying right there. You can see bait on the side view. I mean, look down on the traditional, you can see fish just stacked right there on that drop off. It's amazing what electronics have done to change the game of bass fishing. Oh, there's another one. I don't know if I'm just getting weaker in my old age or they are just getting stronger.
I'm not even gonna answer that.
I'm getting whooped by 1 pounder. I've been, you know, dragging this big Little John's Pro DD pretty deep, and I just lost one in the rocks. And that's gonna happen out here when you're fishing rocks on a dam or anywhere, you're gonna get hung up. But just retied, I'm using 10-pound Sunline Super Mono, and I'm making really long casts right now. And once I reel it down, I'm actually just kind of pulling my bait. When I hit that drop off, you can see the fish on the depth finder, they're stacked up and they just literally load up on it. Gene is mixing it up. He's throwing you know, a Carolina rig with a coontail worm on the back by Big Bite. He's throwing all kinds of other baits, but right now, in my opinion, this is the bait to be throwing. Smack. Oh. The wind started blowing. Oh, got him. Come back and got it. A lot better fish right there.
Oh!
Now, did I tell you the right bait to throw?
You did.
You upsized.
I know.
Falcon goes through so many ebbs and flows as a lake because of the water goes up and goes down, but you get these big floods when after it's been down and the lake gets fresh again. I mean, this is the end result. It's like fishing a new lake.
Up next, Wade and Gene are throwing everything in the tackle box. Pick anything they want, fish any way they want, and catch a lot of fish.
It's in our stomping grounds and our playground. It's in our sights and our commitment. It's in him, it was in them, and it will continue with her. It's in my nature. Is it in yours?
Gill that I've used for the last 5 years has been a far superior product than anything else on the market.
The main thing that's really important to me is me being dry. I've been wearing gill suits now for 3 years and never once have I gotten wet.
Engineered to excel, the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series are built for the ultimate ownership experience. It's a commitment to excellence packed with real-world advantages and exclusive features. Experience the accelerated performance standards of the legendary Ranger Z series. From first light to last cast, they're put together to set you apart. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all sonar's just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
Oh, nice shot.
You put the cool in life. We put the cool in coolers. Arctic ice. Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. And by Yamaha Marine. Reliability starts here. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Wade Middleton and our special guest, professional bass angler Gene Eisenman, are having fun fishing off their favorite structure.
Personally, I love fishing dams. I don't care what lake it's on. There's so many fish there, and there's so many fish that grow up and live there their whole life, you know. So you're gonna catch them one way or another, you know. In the morning, they'll be on shad and stuff like that. You can catch them up real shallow, and in the afternoon, they'll get more on the bluegill bite. So you can just play around with them. We smashed them. It's my favorite way to fish. Falcon Dam is more special than any dam I know of, you know. As soon as a tournament goes off out of here, you know, you'll see 20% of the field head straight to the dam. There's just so many fish there. You know, you got to weed through a lot of fish to get to the big ones, but you know, when you're on Falcon, the dam's always going to be a player.
Better one. Warming up. A little bit bigger size.
You didn't even get a chance to get them all the way off the ledge.
You know, there's so many different types of bait fish that run, and crawfish and everything that lives in all these rocks up here.
Yeah, the morning when it's quiet like this and kind of everything's settled down, I like to crank that old hydro wave up and really let it bounce against them rocks. Make a lot of commotion, get everything moving, you know, moving in the area.
I mean, once you get that school fired up and triggered, you got to take advantage of them when they're biting too. You know, you got to keep that bait out there. That's not when you want to pose for a selfie. You want to keep that bait going.
Yeah. Although I do like posing for selfies.
Yeah, you got to have something in your hand to pose with, huh?
Got another one?
This guy here, he was swimming on the rocks. That's as far out as I can hold him to make him look big right there, and I still, my hand's bigger than him. That's not a selfie bass. Oh, here we go.
71.
Oh, Gene, got him down there retying. Sitting out here 32 now.
The fishing was good. They weren't as big as we expected, but you really never know what you're going to get. This is Falcon. You can pull up and catch 30, 40 2-pounders, or you can pull up and catch 30, 40 5-pounders, you know. So, yeah, and regardless of the size of the fish we caught today, I just had a blast. I mean, when you're catching numbers, it's fun. You can fish any way you want. We threw everything from a crankbait to a Carolina rig, and we just had fun with it and spent the day together just having a good time. We pulled up, first cast, we catch a fish. 30 casts later, we had 30 fish. It was just one fish after another. We probably fished till 10:30 and had over 70, 80, 90 fish. We quit counting at 50, but we never moved 100 yards and did that kind of damage.
Tell you what, there's so many bass this size in this lake that it's fun. And you know, we've caught a lot smaller, some bigger, but that's just a great average size fish down here at Falcon, and the lake is just in great shape. We've had some fantastic trips down here over the last 15 years, whether we've been up flipping shallow, cranking, throwing spinner baits at times. It's just the lake when the fishing's good, you just can't hardly not make a trip down here.
But he's fun.
Oh, ready for double?
Swing that one in, let's do a weigh in. Let's weigh these two.
Mine is a future 10-pounder, he's angry. Oh, what, I'm sorry. Oh, did you want to check those?
Up next, Clark Wendlandt and Jeff Reynolds are marsh fishing in Venice, Louisiana on the new 2017 Rangers Aluminum RB190. Hey, stay tuned.
From the makers of Bubba Blade comes the Bubba Blade Fishing Pliers. No matter where you're headed to fish, this tool will become an integral part of your tackle box for many years to come. They feature our patented no-slip grip handles, just like our Bubba Blade knives, ensuring that this tool will stay firmly anchored in your hand. In addition to the handles, these pliers feature a super tough cobalt cutter and convenient split shot and leader sleeve crimping cutouts. The ultimate in control, strength, and durability. Bubba Blade.
Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers, go with the original.
There's two things between an angler and the fish, the sun and the bugs. Sawyer's line of sunscreens and bug sprays keep you focused on the fish. Sawyer's Stay Put sunscreen formula bonds with your skin for a more comfortable and better level protection. And picaridin insect repellent will only harm the bugs, never your fishing gear. Also, Sawyer permethrin repels and kills on contact over 55 species of insects. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The Food Saver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra-wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The Food Saver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Sawyer Products. Sawyer, we keep you outdoors. Spro, Sports Professionals. And by Power Pole. Swift, silent, secure. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. We're in Venice, Louisiana, the tuna town and redfish capital of the world. Or some might call it the sportsman's paradise. Venice offers visitors some of the most fertile fishing and hunting areas the country or the world has to offer. Today, Americana Outdoors' Clark Wendlandt and Jeff Reynolds are out for marsh fishing over the area called the Wagon Wheel.
We're in Venice, Louisiana. I'm with my great friend Jeff Reynolds, just a couple of bass fishermen coming down here to see if we can catch some redfish. Ought to be fun.
Oh man, is this place not off the chart? I mean, just all kinds of fish. There's bass down here, redfish, flounder. I mean, there's no telling us what we might catch, but I don't think we care.
We don't care. We're gonna catch whatever we can. We're gonna haul them in, we're gonna eat them. But the thing about it is, we're just bass fishermen, and what we're gonna see if we can do is use more or less bass techniques and see if we can figure out how to catch redfish doing that. You know, we get out there and we actually pull up on the very first stretch of cane we're fishing, and we look down and there's one swimming by. Well, I mean, when you see a redfish swimming by, you know it's about to be good. And about 2 or 3 minutes later, Jeff slings a spinnerbait up there, shallow cane, I mean, perfect, and one just smokes that spinnerbait. I mean, smokes it. And when I say smoke it, when he bit it, he moved so far, Jeff thought he missed the bait. And he's sitting there reeling, trying to catch up with him.
Hey, that's a good one. Oh, God, man, I mean, it's just, boom, boom. It
was almost like you missed him. You hit it so hard.
I mean, you can come down here with any kind of tackle and do this. Bass tackle, you know, rod and reels works fine. But it does make a difference to be equipped right to fight these big suckers. Because, I mean, you got to have a reel that's got a good drag on it and a rod that can handle it. Look at that. Isn't that not pretty?
That's a start.
Oh! Did you just see him bite me?
Thank you.
Look at that. That's awesome, man.
That's a good way to start the day.
That's a perfect
way. When you've been out here for 10 minutes and you catch one like that, you kind of know it's going to be a good day.
Oh, yeah. That's you too. Well, let's...
We'll keep him?
Absolutely. Well, what is the length?
It's got to be under 27. We're going to have to let him go.
That's hardly the case for me. It's catching them too big, but hey, it's still fun. Mr. Red, I appreciate it, buddy. Oh, he still had plenty of fight left in him. This is just a big bite baits, cane thumper, small cane thumper. It's just a little swim bait with a paddle tail, but you know, the biggest thing with these paddle tails is one that's got a lot of action, because you can buy some that just don't do much in the water, but these, you see it's real narrow through the tail right there, and it just gives it a lot more action with that tail. Good bait.
You know, one thing we were really trying to accomplish out there is catching keepers for deer camp. We love frying redfish. When deer camp, fish tacos, I mean, there's just nothing like fresh redfish. And so, you know, the whole goal of the deal is to throw them in there. Well, the first one he catches is 28, 29 inches. That's okay. It didn't take us long to get pretty dialed in.
Another keeper, Clark.
Get that dude in here. Man, we're gonna eat good at deer camp.
We are. Oh, yeah. Get him, cane thumper. God almighty, look up yonder. I don't know what that was, but that was something gigantic.
It's funny how they're just all sizes in here, Jeff.
Yeah, there is.
You catch little ones, you catch big ones.
Another eater, I think.
Yeah.
19 1/4. Me and Clark are both bass fishermen by trade, I guess you would say. You know, that's our bread and butter, what we like to do the best. I mean, he's a 3-time Angler of the Year in FLW. And to do something like what we're doing here, red fishing back in the marshes, is similar to bass fishing. It's what we like to do. Heavy line, stiff rods, shallow water, just moving around a bunch, chunking and winding. I had a blast doing that. Putting that aluminum boat places where you couldn't get a bigger boat. You know, you need something that floats really shallow back in there, especially with the tide dropping. I mean, you never know when you're in Louisiana, when you're gonna be in 3 foot 1 minute, and 2 hours later, it might be 6 inches of water when the tide falls out. And you're somebody like me that don't keep up with the tides, you can get stranded in a hurry. So having a boat that floats shallow to get you around them places is really key down here.
You know, one really cool thing that happened to us when we were out there is I'm looking down, Jeff's kind of looking over to the left, and I look down and there's a giant redfish literally about 5 feet away. Well, our camera guy's not even with us, but the Garmin verbs are all over the boat. And so we capture the whole thing just on the Garmin verb. All I had to do is I reel in as fast as I can. I get it right in front of that fish. I didn't keep reeling it, I just dropped it. I dropped it right to the bottom. He swims right to the bottom and just gobbles it up, literally probably 6, 7 feet of line out and just takes off, strip and drag. That was a cool fish. You gotta give it to him there.
That was awesome. I mean, he swam right to it.
One hop and he was in. Now that's a beast right there. How fat that dude is. That was fun right there.
More redfish in the wagon wheel in Venice, Louisiana, when we come back. Hobie kayaks provide the ultimate lightweight fishing platforms that will offer anyone what they want when it comes time to hit the water. Hobie Kayak's commitment to innovation, quality, and owner satisfaction is unparalleled in the industry. So when it's time for you to go kayaking, remember there's only one name to remember, and that's Hobie Kayak.
What I love about the Bradley smoker is that it cooks everything perfectly and it holds all the juices in.
So today we are going to be smoking some barbecue ribs, some venison sausage, and some dove, which is awesome.
You will never grill me doves again. I have to have them in the Bradley smoker. I would prefer to use the Bradley smoker every time I cooked. Well, that's really true because I love this thing. Okay. No lie. For more recipes, log on to bradleysmoker.com.
When I talk about Sunline, I think of one word: confidence.
Sunline FX2 is what I use for all of my frogging and flipping.
S61 braid, which braid plays a big part in fishing line.
Shooter, I'm going to use in those close quarter deals like flipping and pitching.
One of my favorite techniques in fishing the tournament trail is to fish offshore ledges.
We have taken the questions out of the equation.
Take my word for it. It works. It works, dude.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, has been brought to you by Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy, Arctic Ice, we put the cool in coolers, and by Engel Coolers, rugged, durable, high-performance marine coolers. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Well, Clark Wendlandt and Jeff Reynolds are marsh fishing on the brand new Ranger aluminum RB190, searching for redfish. Like most shallow water species, redfish follow the tide up onto grassy flats and marshes in search of food. They're found over all types of bottoms, but seem to prefer areas with submerged vegetation and soft mud, in which they can root for crustaceans and other morsels. Redfish will feed in water just inches deep, and tailing activity is most common at dawn and dusk.
This one right here, isn't it? Yeah.
So we just moved a little ways. That water's really falling out, and Jeff definitely called me out on the fact that we left a bunch of fish, but we're always trying to find more, something more. I mean, we want to find a bunch of fish, not just a couple. So we're gonna see what happens in here.
Better be good.
And if it isn't, I'm big enough to handle it.
There's one. Right in the middle of that mullet.
I saw him just taking off over there, Jeff.
Oh, I seen them 2 or 3 mullets sitting up there. Maybe. He might be a little shy. Plenty long enough, 17 and a half.
How long is it?
17 and a half.
Shoot, easy.
You know, when me and Clark went out, it was more of a search and destroy. I mean, we were looking for fish, we were running around in the marshes trying to find some fish, and we hit a couple different places, you know, no luck, and finally stumbled onto a few. Got in a backwater hole, real shallow water, got up in there and started seeing some reds just kind of tailing up in that shallow water. Wasn't long when we got in there, you know, Clark throws a spinnerbait up around a little grass mat, and this big red comes out, and I mean just crushes it. Thrashes through the mat, you know, he's got him on 40 or 50 pound braided line, and he's horsing him through that stuff, you know, just like what we love to do, you know, just really getting after it, fighting them fish, wrestling them around. It's a good one right there, man. Is that fun or what?
He just kind of loaded up. He's gonna keep it.
Another eater.
We're filling the freezer right now, getting ready for deer season. 17 inches.
You know, me and Clark, we go way back. We've been buddies for a long time. Get to fish a little bit together, not as much as we like to, but you know, just spend the day on the water with him. Can't wait to get to do it again.
Interested in Ranger's aluminum boat? You can find out more information on their website at rangeraluminum.com. Hey, don't forget to visit us at americanaaoutdoors.com for in-depth stories from the fields. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.